I'm going to be doing an Instagram live with 4 amazing people. 1 in finance, 1 in law, 1 in the creative industry, and 1 in marketing and entrepreneurship. So we're going to be diving deeper into those different sectors and hopefully giving you guys an insight into what it's like. Cool. Just waiting for David to come on. Yes.
Yo, you've got
telling me.
You got people from Colombia saying hello.
I know. Listen, I've got South America in the cut. This is amazing. Questions are flying through already. Questions are flying through already.
I can't say anything. I downloaded this again because I said, you know what, it's gonna work. Let me say hello to my bro Reg. Cool.
Can you see?
After this, I can see you. After this, I'm deleting this app.
Yeah, delete it again. No problem. I'm privileged. I'm privileged. I feel so important for you to re-download this app and come on live for me.
You are important. You are very important.
No. Don't boost my ego, please. Don't do that. I'm just gonna leave you. Right. So, guys, as you guys know, this is covering finance, law, marketing, and marketing entrepreneurship in the creative sector. David is a good friend of mine. He's going to be covering finance/banking. David, I've got you until 9:15, and we're just going to get stuck into it, man. No time to waste. You're an investment banker. You've been an investment banker for a couple of years. I just want to find out. The first question I have for you is, how and why did you decide to go into banking, investment banking in particular? And I've got some questions that are coming through already, so I might ask some.
Cool. So just a quick one. Reggie's probably gonna kick me for saying this, innit? I got into investment banking through football. I joined university, part of the football team, and a lot of people in the football team had jobs lined up. So I'd ask the question, how have you guys got jobs lined up? And then they speak to me about internships, spring weeks. And so this is where you get an insight into banking. Spring week is on a 1 week basis. Some internship is on an 8 to 10 week basis. And then on the back of that, you get insight into whether it be front office or back office, i.e. the revenue generating part of the bank, or the systems, or the part of the bank that supports the front office. And on the back of that, you get offered an internship. And people told me about how much bankers earned, or people in the finance profession earn. I was like,
we're gonna get onto that bit in a second.
You know what, that sounds. So why not?
Sorry to cut you off. Just in regard to banking, you just mentioned, because a lot of these guys that are in the live might be, experienced, might not be, but you mentioned front office, middle office.
Yeah.
What is the difference? You mentioned front office is revenue generating, but what does that mean? Do front office get paid more than middle office? What type of work do you do in front office, and what type of work do you do in middle office?
Good question. So front office typically split into the private and public side. The private side is information that is not readily in the public light. So, for instance, it's split into things like mergers and acquisitions. It's split into things like ECM, equity capital markets. It's split into things like DCM, debt capital markets, where you're dealing with bond instruments, IOU instruments. Then you go into the public side, which is things like FX, equity sales, macro, dealing with information that's readily available in the public setting, i.e. you're trading on public information. So things like macro data. So when when you get information, for instance, on US initial claims or US non-farm payrolls, for example, to look at the strength of the labor market, you trade on information like that. Whereas the private side is looking at information that's not readily available in the public light, like helping raise M capital. Then you got mid office. That's like things like finance. Things like HR, for example, things like operations. You're supporting the front office system, the sales and trading system, for example, or you're looking at how money is being allocated in terms of the resources of the bank, for example. Mid office. Yeah.
Okay, so in regard to this thing, you mentioned front office, middle office and stuff. I'm gonna ask there's a question here which I think is really cool. I want to ask it after this one, which is in regard to the journey into finance, investment banking is seen as this very, very competitive sector where you need to be like from an elitist background, if you didn't go to like a Rush University or whatever, then it might not be for you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You went to uni. That was your route, right? I get asked a few times, like, I don't want to go, Reggie, I don't want to go to uni, but I want to work in finance.
Yeah.
Be it asset management or investment banking. I guess my question to you is, do you need to go to uni to work in investment banking?
That's such a hard question, because I think I could easily say...
Be brutally honest as well. Be brutally honest.
Yeah, no. I could easily say that, you don't need to go into university to go into finance. However, I feel like university is used as that foundation to test someone's aptitude into going into finance, for example. Yeah. Whereas if you, for instance, I know that in order to go into finance, you can go to university or you can go down the apprentice route. I didn't go down the apprentice route. But I can readily say that it was very easy for me to go, very easy. It was easier for me to get into a front office role, for example, is the likes of Barclays, the likes of Goldman, the likes of Blackstone, BlackRock would come to my university and speak to me about these roles. So the answer to your question, no, you don't have to go to university. However, I would argue that there's certain roles, i.e. the front office roles, that are high pressure, that would mean that you would need to go to university, because university is that barometer to show that you have dedicated yourself to 3 years of studying and you have completed that process and gone through the stress in completing that process.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. There's a question here that came through. I really like this one. I'm going to pick this one first. It says, while there are black men in finance, do you feel underrepresented in the front office?
100%. 100%. I think that it's quite telling in my division, i.e. in the private side, to know that I don't think I can actually think of anyone who is not probably 2 years older than me or 2 years my senior, i.e. going up to the VP stage now, that's in banking. The most senior person I know is a guy in markets who is the head of equity structuring, and he's a super big guy, super cool guy. But yes, I do feel underrepresented. But I think that's kind of two ways. One way in the sense that you have a lot of guys who were in the VP stage, and rather than sticking it out to go to the managing director stage, they've left and they've either gone back to Africa, or guys who it's just not for them. Like, people realize, I think banking is very tasking. You're working for 12, 14 hours, and some people just want to do it for a couple of years or do it for like 4 years and then go into private equity. So yeah, I think I do feel underrepresented, but ultimately, if finance is something that I want to stick out with for a 15, 20-year career, then I would start seeing people like me in positions, i.e. like the MD positions, and making change.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've got so many more questions, but time is flying by. I need to get off. But I guess that the last question I have for you is, okay, so asset management, as an analyst or as a grad, whatever, in terms of salaries, right? Sorry, someone sent a message. In terms of salaries, when you go into a sector, I guess average across asset management for my sector, which you can earn from like 35 to 45k starting base, excluding bonus, right? That's like when you enter in from university. What's it like in investment banking? Like, what is the average starting? Of course, some firms start a lot higher and give you a fat bonus. Some start lower and give you a smaller bonus. But on average,
No, good question. I think it depends on the bank that you're at, but typically there's like a 5 to 10k difference within banks. And I would argue, and I would say that starting salary as an analyst one, you're looking at between 45k and 55k. Yeah, as an analyst in investment bank.
But you work like 92 hours in a day, right?
That's excluding bonus.
All right, quick one before you go off. Hours wise, because people look at the money and think, "Rah, I'm going to investment banking." How many hours does an investment banker work in a day? Like, when I was in uni, I heard, bankers work 16 hours a day, 17 hours a day, blah 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 blah. Of course, as Josh said on here, it does depend on your desk, but like, is that whole stereotype of you're in the office a bit early, you're leaving very, very late, true, or is it just a bluff?
I genuinely think it depends on what deals you're working on, what projects you're working on, and where you are in the bank. If, as Josh just said, and I know Josh, like, Josh might finish, for instance, at like 5 p.m. You know, markets close at 4:30. You know, like, and there's some people within the bank where you have a pitch book that's due at 9 a.m. the next day. Understanding that putting a pitch book together doesn't necessarily mean you've done it the first time and that's it done. It needs to go through a set of comments. So typically, like for me, for example, I work an average 12 to 14-hour days. Whereas someone else in another part of the bank might work 10 to 12-hour days. It depends where you are in the bank. But I mean, on average, I would say that you're working 10 to 12-hour days. Yeah, that's what I would argue. Right. Accounting, finance, job, Reggie Nelson. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Dave, I feel like I can talk to you about this all day, man. And I feel like this is really
I know, man.
Unfortunately, this is a quick fire one, and we are out of time. The next section is going to be law. But no, if anyone wants to talk to David, I mean, he's currently kind of doing like a social media break. But if you have any questions for David, let me know. I'll forward it to him. Or this is his app, so screenshot it, and when he's back, you know, he'll answer.
How do you have a social life, David? Good luck for everything. Thank you very much. Yeah.
David, love, bro. I'll shout you off.
Love, bro. Take care.
Take it easy. Cool. So that's David done. Next section is law. So Charles, when you're ready, request me. I am going to save the live, guys. I'm going to save the live. But just to recap, David works in investment banking, works about 12 to 14 hours in a day. Average salary for investment bankers, excluding bonus, is starting salaries 45 to 55. We talked about front office and middle office. We talked about representation, that it can be better in front office. And yeah, if you want to reach out to David, then let me know, because he's currently off social media at the minute. So yeah, that was an insight into banking. Just waiting for the person to request for law, and we're gonna go into law. When you're ready, brother. I'm just waiting for the guy. Request. Let me message him now. Cool. Hopefully that was insightful. What do you like about business? Is that to me? Okay, I'll answer these questions after. Cool. We're gonna go into the next one now. Just play. There we go. This guy is very, very funny, by the way, guys. I love Charles. I declined. Charles, request again. It says you declined it. Request again. There we go. Go live. All right. Next section is law. For the lawyers in the building, hope you're ready. Yes, Charlie. We gotta say hat on, my guy. Why you got?
I know. Listen, I'm a man on the budget right now, so if I show you what's underneath,
mate, if I show you what's underneath here, it's a madness.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Fresh home though.
Yeah, man. Fresh home. Free random. Alright. Charles, we're running a bit behind schedule, so I'm gonna just go straight into it, yeah?
Yes.
We had banking on previously, which was sick. Good questions. People are asking questions as well. I'm gonna read like 1 or 2 questions from them. But the first question I have for you is, what do you do? Like, yeah, what do you do? Just so they know.
Okay, so at the moment I'm a general counsel. So I've been hired by a Magic Circle law firm, and what they do is they send me out.
Sorry to cut you off. What is Magic Circle for those that don't know?
Magic Circle is basically the top 5 law firms in the world, and they're basically, it's just a group of law firms that are high up in revenue in terms of how the business operates, and it's just a specific group for the top 5 law firms in the world.
Okay, cool.
If I'm not mistaken, all of them are in the UK, so we're fortunate to house all of the Magic Circle law firms.
Cool. All right, cool. So you're general counsel. Now, someone just asked the question I was going to ask is, how did you get there? Because you've got a very unconventional journey. And I say unconventional because you didn't just wake up, go to study A-levels, study law, to go to uni, do law, and then you became a
Yeah.
I
I took the longer route.
So in about 2 minutes, how
Yeah.
did you get to 2 minutes or less? How did you get to where you are today?
I can say it real quick.
Go for it.
For anyone that's probably doing another career, or you're studying something else that isn't law, but you want to get into law, you can always do what I did. So what I did, I studied journalism, but over the years, I just thought that journalism wasn't the path to go down if I wanted to make money in bulk, because my ethos in life was I just want to make money. I'm into the whole money thing. I overlooked culture. I overlooked so many things. So in order to get there, I was advised to do the GDL, which was the law conversion course. And that's basically similar to an LLB, but it's crammed into 1 year. So it's pretty intense. If not the LLB course, which is 3 years, you're doing the GDL, which is 1 year. And it's very intense. It's everything in the 3 years that you'd learn in the space of 1 year. And after that, you're then presented with the option to do the LPC or the BPTC. For those who don't know, the LPC is for those who want to do solicitor. You want to go down the solicitor route. And the BPTC is for those who wanted to go down the barrister route. And because I was new to this whole legal sector, and plus you can't really get everything you need to know about law in 1 year, I thought, let me just go into legal practice and start off as a paralegal. But I was fortunate to get the job assisting a legal counsel. And now I have secured the role of legal counsel, general counsel at my company. So right now, the sky's the limit. I could stay in this position, or you could venture. You could literally venture in any area of law. But the main thing is knowing which route you want to go down.
Yeah, okay.
If it makes sense.
I think that's really encouraging, because some people realize what they want to do later on in life. And to hear that you took a very different route and got to where you are today, I think is really encouraging for those that are listening to this.
Definitely.
I think another thing, which I asked David on the live as well, we don't work for free. We work to receive monetary rewards, right?
Yes.
So to give us a brief bracket of what, if someone was to finish uni or go down a different route and they wanted to get to I don't know, in the law space or similar to what you're doing, whatever, what is the average salary that they could expect to earn? Is it I don't know. For me, asset management, as an analyst or graduate analyst, across multiple different firms, you can earn between 35 to 45, depending on the firm, right?
Yeah.
Starting, excluding bonus and all the rest of it. What is it for law?
So straight off the bat from studying, you could secure a paralegal role, mid-study, ranging from 25K to 35K. So a paralegal role would be, it's like the PA of today. It's like the admin role for law. So that's 25 to 35. After graduation, and your LPC course, which is another year. So let's say 4 years of study. After your 4 years, you could go straight up into the 40K bracket. And we're talking for the small law firms. Whoa, the small law firms, which will range from a salary of 40 to 50K. And then after your 2 years in practice at the law firm on the 40 to 50K salary, your salary automatically doubles to 100K, 90K. Here's a food for thought. Some American firms that we have in the UK, i.e. White & Case being one of the biggest, you could leave uni after 4 years on a £100,000 salary per annum, because American law firms...
in law? Do you get bonuses in law or no?
Well, I'll get to that. That you get bonuses, you can say that, on the barrister side.
Okay.
Even as a general counsel, if you tend to find yourself saving the company a lot of money, you will get your overall bonus, as every person would. And the bonuses won't be anything small. It could be literally 50% of your salary. So I know one general counsel who's on 100K. Imagine you're getting 50% of your salary. So that's 50K bonus. Just like that.
Today.
Listen, baby, it's not easy.
I'm joking.
It's not easy.
I'm joking. I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. All right. Cool.
Yeah, you do. I don't, but hey, it's the money. It is the money. Barristers, on the other hand, this is something to warn people.
Go.
After your 4 years of study, barristers can earn literally as little as £1,000 a month. That's simply just the fact that many people won't know who you are. You're not credible enough to lead cases. So what you'd have to find yourself doing is doing a lot of mooting, pro bono, which is you're taking on cases for free. But, you know, many inns, courts, people will just hear about you. They will know that, yeah, this person's a credible barrister. They'll start paying you eventually. If you get the right clients, depending on the inns you sit with, you'll get the right clients. And barristers, if I talk about barrister figures, mate, they're in the millions. They are in the millions. But I don't know how open I can speak. People tend to be a bit more put off the barrister route because of the minority issue that we have in the UK. There aren't a lot of black barristers, young black barristers. It's very how can I say? It's very old white British dominant in that field. But the money for barrister is top of the level, man.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, Charles, time's flown. Time has flown. We're done. But I guess on the live, I am going to save the live. I'm making notes here. I'm going to put some notes underneath so people can like refer back to it. And I'll catch up with you after the live. But I guess in regard to this, anyone that is looking to get into law, can they like message you questions or?
Feel free to message me. I can always give you tips on how to secure a training contract with a Magic Circle law firm, because one thing I'm honest and confident in saying is that they all look for the same thing nowadays, whether it's for a training contract or just a role within the firm, because there are many routes to securing a role for a Magic Circle law firm.
Cool.
So feel free to DM me. You could also look on Target Jobs for law. I think Target Jobs, they are now asking for payments.
Really?
In regards to their information when it comes to law anyway, but it's worth the subscription if they are asking you to pay, because all the information you need is there. That's exactly where I've done my research as well. So, yeah.
All right, Charles, thank you very much. That was law. I'll shout you after. No, thank you. That was really, really helpful, man.
No problem, man.
Let Charles know, or let me know, and I can let him know, and we'll refer back to you guys. All right, Charles,
cool.
Love for that, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
See you, man.
Love. Okay, so that was law. We done finance, we done law. We're gonna go next into marketing / entrepreneurship with a good friend of mine called Tina. If Tina is in the live, then please pop up. I can't see if she's here. Request, please, Tina, if you're here. That way we can get started with this. But yeah, just summing up, guys. That was Charles Mensah. He works for a Magic Circle law firm. Wait, sorry. Okay, I'm going to go live with Tina now, actually. Sorry. Got distracted. All right, we're going to go straight into this one. I'm looking forward to this one. We got a female. I should keep the bid. Should I keep the bid? Hey! Tina, what's up?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, well, we're good. We're happy to have you on the live. So just a brief background. We've had finance, we've had law, and you are kindly going to cover the marketing / entrepreneurship route. I think this one's really, really good because, I mean, you're a female who is an entrepreneur and is doing like really, really good stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're killing it right now. So it'll be good to, I guess, first and foremost, just find out what you do. Like, obviously, I know what you do, but for those that are here, what do you do?
Okay. So I have an agency called Vamp. So Vamp is a social marketing agency. So I run it with two friends. So Rumby and Ruby are co-founders of us. So we have a social marketing called Vamp, and we basically represent the underrepresented. That's our ethos. So we manage influencers, Black influencers, as well as we have a network of influencers that we bring collabs to also. And also we have another side where we do like PR and activities like entertainment, which includes film and music. Yeah.
That's it. Obviously, you said you started with two friends. You started it right after university, so you actually didn't have a job and then think, I don't want to do this, and then go into, or did you have a job? Have I got it wrong?
So basically, no, I had a job for 8 months and then I quit. It's basically while I was at uni, I had basically like a gap year. It was part of my. So I got an internship at Canon, and then I worked at Google. And then when I was at Google, I think the idea of Vamp came up, and we came up with the idea because where I was in the surroundings that I was in, like being in one of the biggest companies in the world, that's based on like marketing and tech. Like I think that's when the idea came out. I just felt like there was no representation, and I think, and then one of my business partners was at Universal interning there as well, which is like 2 floors below me. And then we got to my other friend, and then all 3 of us started it. Then uni, graduated, we all got jobs, and we still did Vamp, but we just didn't do it full time. And then there was just a time we were just like, F it, we'll just do it full time, literally.
Right. And was it difficult, like starting it right after uni? Because you went from having secure income in a job to going into the world and not knowing what was going to happen, especially with your friends as well. Like you don't really know if, I guess, personally speaking, if you do it with your friends and it doesn't work, does that bring friction in the friendship? Like, what is it like going into the world of uncertainty?
Do you know what? Yeah, I would 100% say, a lot of people ask us, oh, because you're friends, doesn't that make it awkward when you do business? But I couldn't have done it with anyone else. Like, I couldn't imagine doing business with someone who's not my friend. I don't know why, because I just trust. Like, when you do business, trust and loyalty are the 2 important things, because when shit hits when it hits the fan, you need to have your friend there, and you need to have someone who's trustworthy there so that they can stick by you, you know? What else did you say? What was the question?
Like going from having a secure job to going into the world of uncertainty.
So that was hard, because obviously I actually got promoted in my job. So I was a junior digital media buyer for a company, like a tech marketing company, and then I got promoted to an account manager. And while I was at work, my manager was just so like, he used to support me so much, like he used to support Vamp so much, and it just made me feel like I don't feel like it's right me being here. Like this is the right time. I think I was at 22 at the time, and like, if I'm doing this at 22 and I'm working, why can't I just take the leap? Like, let me just do the fumbles. I'm still at my mom's house. I'll just go back to working full time, and because I had the credentials, like I worked at 2 of the biggest companies in the world, and I also worked, and I got 2-1 in my. So I believed in my self. So I knew if this doesn't bang, then I'm gonna just go back and get another job. You know? And
what are the type of companies that you've managed to collaborate with? Because I was fortunate enough to be invited by Vamp to the Just Mercy screening, which was incredible. What type of firms or companies or institutions have you collaborated with and worked with in the past?
So our first ever client was Universal Pictures, and then we worked with Disney, Warner Brothers are probably our biggest client right now. We've got on like a rolling contract thing. So Warner Brothers, we've worked with Boohoo, we've worked with we basically worked with like a lot of brands, which we were fortunate enough to do.
How do you like people that want to start their business? I can imagine like they go in there with like full of energy, and then there will be times when it's quite hard and stuff. You guys sound like you've mastered it somewhere to be able to collaborate with these amazing people. Like,
you know what?
How do you get these? How do you get Universal? How do you get Disney? How do you get all of these people to become your clients?
Do you know what? Yeah, I think what with us, we really believed in what we were doing. So, for example, our whole ethos is representing the underrepresented. We believe that is something that people get so much money from, and people like exploit sometimes, and we felt like the money needs to come back to create and journalists and everyone who's basically developing the culture. The money should go back to those people. That was always motivating us. That was the purpose. And I think when we did Universal, it was there's a black movie coming, which was Girls Trip. There's a black movie coming. We need to work on this black movie. We feel like we can make this mad, and we did it. Basically, it's just, do you know what I say all the time? Believe in yourself. Like once you believe in your slate, you are unstoppable. Like we believe in ourselves too much. Like the gas we give each other in the group chat, the gas we give each other to tackle.
Like you're good enough. You can do this. What? We're gonna reject you.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Like
okay. All right. a question that came through here, which I think is a really good one,
Mm-hmm.
is the concept of capital. Right? In order to have a business, there is this conception, be it true or false, that you need money to start a business. Did you guys need money to start a business? And if you did, how did you guys get the money to start your business?
You know what? Okay, so because we're an agency, our product is us, basically. What we give out. So, for example, if I was selling like water, yeah, my product is water. I would need to buy the bottle. I need to buy the water. I need to buy the branding for this, yeah. But with us, product is our knowledge, our consultancy, everything. So it's within us, everything that we've learned, yeah. And what we have around us, we're Black women. We are influenced, so we know how other Black women, innit?
Yeah.
So didn't really have to start off with too much capital. What we invested in the beginning was essentially like website, email, and first we used Gmail, and then when we got some money, we got
the domain. You got the domain thing. I see it. Okay.
At first, it doesn't need to be so deep. Like, I have this issue with people thinking like you need so much money to start a business, because
you know it is. It's people think that because it's like you have to if you want to make something start, like if you want to make something work, you want it to be great. Like you just said, you don't want to have, okay, some people might, but some people want their own domain. Some people want a website. Websites are not, a good website isn't cheap.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. Go on. Sorry, I cut you off there. Go on.
Right. You're 100% right. But because it took us a long time to build our website. I think our website only now is where we'd want it to be, you know?
Yeah.
Now, learn how to also like do stuff on the website so I can update it myself. But I just have an issue with people thinking that you need so much money to start, because there's this, I've always thought that people who want to start something and have an idea, when you tell people too much and when you start looking for capital, when you start finding all these excuses, when are you going to start the business? When someone tells you yes, or when you finally get money, you need to start now. Build your community, build your social presence, like do stuff before you feel like you need to like launch. You know, you don't have to depend on other people or other things in order for your business, because you have that idea in your head, you know.
Man, I want to go on for a long I should have been done with you 2 minutes ago, but this is so all right, I want to ask one more question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So a lot of people are talking about the clientele that you guys have, right? You know, the Universal, Google, and Disney, and that stuff. It's like, how do you guys keep that relationship? Like you said, you have a rolling sort of contract thing with Universal. Like, how do you guys maintain it? Is it being personable? Is it offering just such a cool product that they can't say no? Is it the people that you look after? What do you guys do to maintain what you guys have?
You know what it is? It's an excellent service. Like, it's excellent. Like, when you do something for a big company like Warner Brothers, you need to what you do. You need to bring them something that they've never had. Like, for example, what we pitched to Warner Brothers, we just like to them. I think they even reached out to us first, and they were like, we've heard of the stuff that you guys have done. Can you come in? And the thing is, when people reach out to you, that's cool, innit? But you need to sell once you get there. So they reach out to us. We got there in a meeting. We pitched everything that we did, and then, but we know why we were lucky. The real tea, yeah. One from Disney, who we worked with, moved to Universal just as we had that meeting, yeah. And when we had that meeting, after it was done, the girl was like, "Oh, I know that. We worked with them on Black Panther. We worked with them on They're proper good. The way Warner Brothers dished out that contract so quick. What? You need to work with them, because it's like it's the excellence that you have. All in PR, in marketing, in the whole agency world, your reputation will always follow you. Like people ask for what we do. When we do something, we make sure that we have the best influencers. They're all the right people. Like, I wouldn't say that you're a big influencer, Reggie, but you are someone who's very influential in your community. Do you know what I mean? You have a very positive story that people follow, and having you at Just Mercy impacted it a lot. Like, Warner Brothers loved you when you were on the list. They were like, of course. Do you know what I mean? Because they knew we.
You're making my head big, man. Bring it back.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna type that. Warner Brothers loved me. Let me even type that. I'm joking, go on.
Yeah, because you made an impact, and we just make sure that we always bring something that's new to them. We're not on the whole, like, just because someone's got clout or someone's got a following doesn't mean that they are influential. You need to find people that actually have an audience and people actually listen to you, not just follow and watch.
Yeah. No, facts. That is incredible. You know what? I've extended it by 4 minutes. I'm out of time on this one. But thank you so much. And I want to do more of these in the future. And if there is anything we can do, then hopefully we can have you guys on again. But you've dropped some real gems on this, man. So thank you very much. And
thank you.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Vamp UK, guys, if you want to
Yes,
stay in
let me plug it now. Wait, what's the app? Let me type the app. What is it? At Vamp UK.
UK, VAMP UK, if you want to find out a bit more about us. And we've got a survey that we're doing right now. Please sorry, hay fever. Please take part in our survey. It only takes 15 minutes and you can win so many amazing.
Look, I'm gonna pin that now because I am a big fan of Vamp.
Thank you.
I love what you guys do, so I'll pin that. So guys, follow Vamp UK. Amazing. Like I can even testify. When I went to the Just Mercy thing with Warner Brothers, it was from beginning to end. I sat down. They said, "Do you want tea and coffee?" I said, "Yeah." Tea and coffee. And then they said, "Orange juice." I said, "Yeah." Orange juice. They offered to take my jacket. I said, "Yeah." We went for the brunch, guys. The brunch. I saw salmon. And the brunch. I said, "Nah, Vamp UK." Thank you.
You deserve so many people in our community, we deserve excellence in it. And we all deserve to be treated like kings and queens. And trust me, we will anyway.
Nice.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Follow Vamp UK. Tina will catch up after. Thank you.
All right, see you. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys, that was entrepreneurship and marketing. For those that don't know, Vamp is a social media agency. They work with some like really cool and big brands and stuff, and they're sick. So guys, we're gonna go to the last one. The last one is creative industry, and I've got someone that's coming on who is sick. Like this guy's brain, the way he does stuff is incredible, and I can't wait to get him on. So Lloyd, request when you can, and I will I'll accept you, so you come on live. Just request and then you come on. But guys, yeah, Vamp UK, sick. And shameless plug, actually, Just Mercy the film. If you guys haven't watched it, please go and watch it. It's about a guy who essentially tries to get people that have been incarcerated and are on death row out of prison, and it's a true story as well. Sick story. So yes, go and watch that film if you can. I want to go live with Lloyd now. So cool. Last one of the day. We're gonna finish this around like just past 10:02. So we've got 10 minutes with Lloyd now. Talking all things creative. Yes, my brother.
Yes. What you say? I'm good, fam.
Good.
I'm good. Hey, how formal are we gonna be in this, bro?
Say again?
How formal do I have to be in this?
Nah, you don't. No, be you, man. Formal, no formal.
Jeez.
We just want gems.
Hey,
we just want gems.
Original. Let's go, man.
We just want the original. Want the real stuff. All right,
hey.
Cool. So, obviously, for those that don't know, Lloyd is family. That's family right there. Lloyd is someone that I actually have a lot of respect for because his work is just insane. And we're going to be talking about
Rich, man.
We're going to be talking about things that are all things creative. So, Lloyd, just a quick intro to yourself. Like, what are you, and what do you do essentially?
What am I? I don't know what to call myself anymore.
A polymath.
I think, content creator. I'll just call myself content creator. I started off as like a music video director, but I kind of like dropped that. Went into writing scripts, dropped that as well. Now my main focus now is to do more like content creating stuff in it. So stuff like mini videos you see on YouTube and stuff like how-tos and whatnot. But I think I'm just being very blasé with it. Like, I'll do more than that in it. So
we're gonna go to that anyway. So obviously for as long as I can remember, you've been with a camera and you've been editing on all sorts of different things. I remember you had a Mac before anyone knew what a Mac was. Like that's what you were doing from the beginning. You know, you've done BTS Squad, you've done Rhea Ellen and stuff. So Rhea Ellen, I think.
And don't forget original.
Wrestling as well.
Scout. Do you remember Scout as well?
Scouts as well. Yes.
We can talk about Scouts.
You've done a whole like plethora of different things. Like Rhea Ellen, I think, is on like nearly 75,000 subscribers on YouTube. BT, if I'm not wrong, 46,000 on YouTube. You've done Scouts, which is a new wrestling podcast. So like, when you like get involved in these things, like, I mean, a lot of people jump on YouTube, right? And they start this, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't have YouTube, but I can imagine it can be quite demoralizing if you're putting hours into editing and views are not what you want them to be, or the interaction isn't what it is. But you've proved that, you know, I mean, combined, you've got over 100,000 subscribers, like on YouTube. Help to grow subscribers on 2 different platforms, like to a massive scale. Like, how do you do it? Like, what is your
my first step is this: whenever I come up with a new idea, for example, it being wrestling or football, I always enter it blindly. So I don't really watch any other like platform, any other like channels or any other sort of content until I started mine. So for example, the BTS thing, I didn't know that there was a Sunday league. I didn't know that other people were doing. I knew that KSI and all these other guys are doing stuff, but I didn't know it fully. Do you know what I mean? So I just entered it blindly, and from there I just took an idea, but I made it like very I made it about us. When I mean us, I mean like culturally, like London. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, the BTS, you had like people really put grime music in their challenges and their videos and stuff. So I put the actual grime. And when I mean Grammys, I don't mean this.
I'm the
like,
bad man if you know.
do you get me? I'm not talking about like dubstep Grammys. I'm talking about old school Grammys that we used to play on the bus. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even I just try into it blindly. Try to be as creative as possible and just use my cultural just use my stuff I've seen in the past and just try and recreate them in a video, innit? So for example, if you watch the BT stuff, there's moments in the BT video if the boy kicks a ball over or something, he had like a Nigerian Nollywood song come up. That's something that song there was something that me and my boy Theo used to sing in secondary school when something used to go wrong. For example, if we missed the bus, we'll sing that song. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just all from like brain and all from like just knowledge stuff I've learned from the past. So just trying to apply it to my work. But at the same time, I always enter the things blindly, not knowing what's gonna happen. I think my biggest not struggle, but like, you know, challenge to date is the wrestling industry. It's it looks very easy to get into, but with 4 black boys trying to get into the wrestling industry, it's very tough, bro. It's very tough. Like, we've been going to wrestling shows for like, I say 2 years now. Like independent, and you know, obviously WWE is there, but WWE is cool. Like WWE is like, obviously it's a mixed crowd, but when you go to the indie shows, like we're like, I remember there was one indie show we went to, was only black people there, but we were making hella noise, so man them knew us. Do you get what I mean? So like man was doing like suplex and jumping off the top ropes, and we're like, yeah, do you get what I mean? So when the video came out, people were like, oh shit, oh these were the guys. Do you know what I mean? So just little stuff like just trying to get awareness, and like Christina said, man, your social presence, man. Just trying to tap into that as well,
facts. Like, on a topic of that, like you've helped with, like, for example, BT's, you know, got sponsored by New Balance. They got the Wingstop sponsor. How do you approach deals? Like, if someone wants to get brands to back them and help them and all that stuff, how did you get New Balance? How did you get Wingstop? How did you get all of these different brands to like that you collaborate with to jump on board with what you're doing and the brands?
My best answer is just being yourself.
Okay.
Just being yourself. Not wearing any other people's masks. Just go in there as yourself, and people will like you. If you go in there with someone else's mask, you're gonna get rejected. Not rejected, but people are not gonna take you seriously. People are gonna, oh, that's a carbon copy of someone else. Do you know what I mean? And you know the man from ends, like, we're really like that. You get what I mean?
You get caught out. You get caught out.
Just a case of these brands is liking what we're doing, supporting what we're doing, and like, yeah, cool. Let's just put some money on the table and let's go with it, innit? So I think just being yourself, man. Like that's my honest opinion, innit? Just being yourself and just going there and just knowing how to like talk to people as well.
Yeah.
So
Like, how did the brands, did they approach you, or was it you guys?
So with the brands, I think it's just like, it's just keeping, just from what I remember from the New Balance thing, especially, was just keeping a relationship. So in like 2 years ago, I went to Spain on the behalf of BTS. I was meant to go with Theo to go like do like a tour and plus release a new, like a boot release, innit? So from there, we just kept a relationship with the guys at New Balance. The guys in the management as well also kept a relationship as well. They're just talking to the guys every now and then, messaging them. New Balance will send us boots. We will put them in a video. They'll see it. They'll be happy with what we're doing. Then the discussion came to like for us to get sponsored, and that's where it came up. So I think it's just like, even just like a little checkup on these brands. Like for example, now for example, like now 2K, you know 2K, the guys that make games. They make like NBA 2K and stuff. Yeah, they follow us on wrestling. So every now and then, I'll just hit them up and say, hey guys, hope you lot are good. Here's a new video we've dropped. Just message these brands, like, don't be scared.
you can do that as well because you know that what you're doing is quality. Like
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
I
and
think
it's a niche. It's a niche as well.
like,
There's not really
yeah,
like, okay, cool. We started off as a podcast, yeah. Wrestling started off as a podcast, but it's bigger than a podcast now. We're doing we're doing interviews. We're doing like gaming content. We're doing like clothing. We're doing that. It's bare stuff. Do you get what I mean? So like, you just gotta find a niche and message these brands, and don't be scared, man. Just message them. Like, you're like, come on. What's the worst that can go wrong?
I got a question in regards to your editing because
yeah,
I mean you're anyone that watches like BTS or Rhea Ellen or Wrestlings and anything like that, people YouTube comments anyway, they always mention the editing. Like
yeah,
they talk about the editing. What do you use to edit? Like I mean I don't know anything about editing, so what you're gonna say now is alien to me.
yeah.
But I know that there's gonna be people on here
So
that might
for
know.
editing, my main two bases are After Effects and Premiere Pro.
After Effects.
Yeah, so I jumped from the both After Effects, Premiere Pro. I started off using Final Cut. That's why I used to edit Scout on. That's why the edits were quite. They wasn't as expressive enough, but they did. They had music on there, which represented us. But yeah, with like BTS and all the other stuff I'm doing, it's like After Effects and Premiere Pro. Like a lot of people jump on After Effects and like, oh, this is flipping hard. But I think it's just the more time you do it, the better you get it. Do you get what I mean? It's like when you do press ups the first time, you crumble. After like your 10th time or 5th time, you're whacking at 10, 15, 200. Do you know what I mean? So just practice makes it perfect. And always, guys, man, like whenever you see something on the street, take a picture of it. Whenever you hear something in a film, record it. If you're creative, this is my only advice to you. Whenever you see stuff, all these influences around you, stuck it in and like use that when you get to your work. Do you know what I mean? Because that's how you stand out. Do you know what I mean? You're picking up different stuff from here to here. Then, yeah, man, just make it look sick.
Perfect. No, man, these things we always run out of time. I ran out of time on every single.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's just I'm so engraved with all of this, and it's just
someone asked what's content creation.
Go for it. Now, what is content creation? Go for it. Content creation
can be any. I say, basically, just creating media, any form of media. So content creating meaning like a graphic, video. What else is there? I can mention graphic video. Sorry, graphic video stuff to do, like basically stuff to do with social media and the stuff that can be shared on social media. For example, I'll give you an example now of content creation. So, like a podcast as well. It's also part of content creation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something like that. Yeah.
Cool. And a question I asked Tina as well, about like capital wise. Do you need money to start this stuff? Like if I say, Lloyd, I want to become a creative tomorrow, I want to start this YouTube channel and I want to start this podcast, yeah? Do you need money for that? Or is it a case of getting what? Yeah, I'm about.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're back.
Is it a case of just like starting it, or you need to get some sort of money, purchase stuff, and then go about it? How do you start it, essentially?
Hey, listen, let me tell you, you know me by now, original. Money is the last thing I'm thinking about. Money is always the last thing I'm thinking about. Do you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the idea. The idea has to come first.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's funny. My my old media teacher used to say to me in it is necessity is the mother of invention. Is that? I think that's the best. I think that's what he used to say. So meaning that invention. Yeah, Google that. I think I'm saying the right thing. That's what he used to say to me all the time. So I feel like you can have an idea, but if you got like, you basically have to get the idea first, innit? Once you get the idea, like anything's possible. If you need to get a camera, your friend's got a camera, borrow that camera. If you need to go get something, if you need to go get like lighting, you've got light in your house. You know what I mean? Like you can use anything around you just to make things happen. There's even times where I needed to get a reflector. Do you know what a reflector is?
I can have a guess.
So basically, like you bounce light from it onto something.
You don't see the shadow.
Yeah, no, you basically bounce light from a reflector, like a little circle panel, like a circle. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I need a reflector. I just got foil, and I use the foil as a reflector. Just to do you get what I mean? So just stuff like that. You need money, yeah, but you don't really need it. Do you get what I mean? You just need to have the idea first, the idea and the execution. Do you get what I mean?
Got it.
And so long as the quality is good, and also remember, sound as a content creator, yeah, sound is very important.
Okay.
You can have audio, yeah. You can have dead audio, yeah. You can have dead visuals, but if your sound is sick, people are listening out, man. That's my only advice to everyone.
Okay, no, perfect. No, we've ran out of time on this one, but
yeah.
No, thank you so much. Let me put the ats on here. So it's rest. Yeah. Spell wrestling, something, please. Is it rest?
All right, yeah.
All right, put all the things that you want us to stay in touch with, and then I'll pin it now, just so that you guys know what it is. Yeah. And no, thank you so much for that, man. That is super.
That's right, man. Hey, Reggie, you know anytime, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, love, bro.
Hey, Reggie's family, you know. Man,
yeah, come on, man. My cousin, man. Family.
Reggie's family, fam. Little
But
cousin.
no, thank you so much, Lloyd. I'll show you after this. And just when you send it, I'll pin it so that these guys know what to do. I'm just gonna wrap it up.
Sure, bro.
All right, love, bro.
Love, man.
Cool, sweet.
Take care, bro.
Did you send it?
Yeah, I'm sending it now. I'm just writing it up now.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, cool. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Wait. Can I just have to leave now or what?
No. I just waiting for you. When you send it, then I'll pin it. Don't worry. No rush. Just...
Yeah. All right, cool. This is it. All right, cool. Hey, man, everyone follow that, innit?
Yeah, I want to pin it out.
You guys, man. Go kill it, man.
Cool. All right, love, bro. Take it easy.
Take it easy, man. Peace.
Bye. Cool. So that was... Oh, sorry. My thing's moving up and down. So that was enough. So, guys, we've come to the end, man. We've actually come to the end. So that was Careers Insights. We've come to the end with 4 minutes to spare. So thank you guys for joining in. I hope you found it useful. I've taken as many notes as I could. I want to save the live. And, yeah, I will definitely post it on my Instagram so you guys can watch it back. So to give a roundup, we covered finance, we covered law, we covered marketing and entrepreneurship, and we just covered the creative sector. I will leave their ads at the bottom as well. So if you guys want to get in touch with those people that were just on, then you can hit them up as well. But yeah, guys, I hope it was useful. And also, no, I'm not leaving this one out. I'm so sorry. Follow. I forgot the app. Flip. Follow Own It London, because this wouldn't be possible without them. Let me just search these guys. I don't know the app. Own It. If you're in here, just put your app at the bottom, please, so I can pin it, because it's gonna finish in a couple of seconds. But yeah, follow Own It London. They're amazing. It's the agency that I'm with. They're incredible people. And also, yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to start waffling now because I have nothing else to say. That is it. That is done. There we are. So, guys, before we even wrap up, you guys need to follow these people as well, because these guys are incredible. I'm just going to pin their comment so that you know who they are. So follow Own It London as well. But yeah, guys, thank you very much. And I'll probably do one of these again. I don't know when. When I get a trim, probably, because it's a mess right now. But yeah, hopefully you guys found it useful. And yeah, stay in touch, stay tuned. God bless you all. Thank you very much. I love you all. Bye-bye. Peace.